Hi there, I'm Karen Romano Young, back with another chapter of A Girl, a Raccoon, and the Midnight Moon, written by me, with illustrations by the wonderful Jessica Bagley, and published by the equally wonderful Chronicle Kids in 2020. Chapter 45, The Mayor. Halloween continued. The first thing the mayor did was bestow an honor onto the new Vincent's head. A yellow baseball cap with the black mask of the reading raccoon. The mayor plopped a cap on her own honorable head to match. When she took the microphone from Pearl, everybody leaned forward to see what her words about their library would be. But into the hush, before the mayor could speak, came a horrible noise, a squawking and a scrabbling. Ramon said, "It's coming from the dumpster." Oleg quickly went to it and lifted the lid. Pearl pushed through the crowd. A caboodle of little kits scrabbled at the bottom of the dumpster, acting desperately unable to get enough traction to climb out. Pearl looked around for a box. "Simon," she said, "your guitar case." Simon nodded, and Oleg grabbed the guitar case, jumped into the dumpster, and squatted down. The audience mumbled excited. What was going on? Bold little Eric ducked into the guitar case, and the others followed. Then Oleg zipped it closed and lifted it, with a rabble of rattling raccoons arriving inside, guiding it into Pearl's arms. Well, this was unexpected to everybody but Pearl. The crowd stepped back, opening a path for Pearl, in her raccoon costume, to walk to the fancy little raccoon doorway she and her friends had made around the hole at the base of the wall. Then she squatted and unzipped the top of the guitar bag to make an opening. Everyone craned and peered and peeked to see what was going on. The first raccoon to peek out was Eric. The crowd leaned in to get their first glimpse of whatever was coming out of the bag. A raccoon! At the sight of Eric's little face, the crowd erupted into awes. Then someone said, "Shh!" and the crowd shushed itself, in love with the little raccoon and desperate not to scare him. Eric goggled at the many human feet around him. He put his left paw forward, then raised the right one toward the sign above the raccoon entrance. On the sign were R's, like on the caps the humans wore. Eric made a growling sound. "Rrr." "He can read the sign," said a little girl, and other small children near her echoed her words. The people murmured in astonishment. Eric seemed not to notice them. Next came an "ah" as an "ack," then two C's, then an ending like the moon's "oon." There was only one word that looked that way, and it was the best-looking word in the world to Eric: raccoon. He knew what that meant, and he puffed out his chest a little and marched proudly down the path and right into the reading raccoon entrance, like a prince entering a ballroom. The crowd went wild. One by one, the other kits emerged from the guitar case and made their way through the doorway, the crowd giggling and murmuring with delight. With that, the mayor, but forgotten, picked up the microphone again. She praised the artistic jack-o'-lanterns. She praised the children in their creative costumes. She praised the reading raccoons. "What a neighborhood," said the mayor. Big cheer. "What a community! Olé! What a library! Hooray!" Then her honor led the biggest cheer of all for Vincent and her new head. "Hip, hip, hooray!" she whooped, and everyone joined in. Stepping off the stage at last, Pearl slid behind the statue to see things from Vincent's point of view. Pearl knew she had done her job. She'd kept the party going, raised a chant for the library, told her story, celebrated her hero, saved the raccoons to the best of her ability. Whatever happened to the library now, she'd done her best. She tugged off the raccoon head as she made her way to one side of the garden. Out of the spotlight now, she could see the audience and Mom. There she was, thankfully beaming at Pearl with pride instead of anger about the costume, but also looking around for someone. For Bruce? Suddenly, Pearl's happiness was knocked down, and she sagged as if she had been taken out at the knees. She remembered. Bruce had stolen the head. What did any of it matter? The library closing, her and Mom moving away, the raccoons and nickels cast aside, if Bruce was the sort of person who would steal his own statue's head. A sidebar about news. The tool that reading raccoons rely on to spread our news is an old-fashioned printing press, courtesy of Tallulah. We help her newsstand stay in business, and she helps us print our news. What's news to raccoons? Just what you'd think. Warnings about poisoning campaigns, maps of relocations, reports on coyotes, rats, and other true vermin. Outdoor music festivals and street fairs, raccoons love those. And personal ads. Romance is important for raccoons, same as for anyone else. Not all raccoons are library patrons. Not all raccoons know Kwame Alexander's books, such as The Crossover by Kwame Alexander, HMH Books for Young Readers 2014, as well as Edna St. Vincent Millay's poetry. In fact, most raccoons like gossip, not literature. They like to stay on top of who's tearing down and who's building up. They need to know about rat poison so they can warn the rats, so that the rats will stay allies, not enemies. It's okay. There's no need to be a snob. Remember the layers. City or country, library or tree, literature or gossip. Rereading raccoons all share one story. By M.A.M. Pearl! Pearl! It was Bruce. Where are you? Then he spotted her in the crowd and made a beeline for her. She put the head back on to hide, but he picked her up anyway, costume and all, and spun her around so hard the fur tail flopped wildly. Put me down, Bruce! Put me down! He bounced her onto the grass, whooping. Did you hear? He said. The mayor gave an interview to Jonathan Yoicks. She's recommending the city keep us open as a library, not apartments. What? We're not condemned anymore? Oh, we're still condemned. Things have to be fixed, and maybe they will be. You mean they might approve your Disney World library? Bruce laughed. Not likely. We'll be lucky if the new budget is enough to fix the stairway. And we'll definitely lose personnel. How could Bruce be happy about that? Pearl was amazed that he wasn't yelling at her about the raccoon costume. But she had things to yell at him for, too. And now suspicion rose anew. The personnel he was happy to lose was himself. He was leaving them. But why would she want him to stay anyway, since... She grabbed Bruce and pulled his face next to hers. You took Vincent's head, she said. You took it and hid it under your raccoon head and let everyone think it was stolen. What? Bruce tried to straighten, but she held his arm and raged on. I stole your costume and I shouldn't have, but you weren't going to let me use it any other way, and now I know why. Why would I do that, Pearl? He sounded hurt, beyond hurt. She wanted to believe him, but what else could she believe? With no peripheral vision, Pearl didn't see Mom come up beside her, but she heard her when she spoke, quietly, calmly, almost peacefully. It wasn't Bruce, Pearl. Then who? It was me who hid the head. You? Mom? Mom? A little bit more tomorrow. Thanks for listening.